Indians. The Indians have a lot of population, of Hindu population. So what does the word Hindu really means?
Well, as I was saying, that there are these breaking India forces, and out of the multiplicity of narratives, layers of narratives that have been created, another one of them, an important one, is this Hindu narrative. The fact is that just like the Aryan invasion theory is a myth, in the same way, the Hindu religion is a myth. There is no such religion called Hindu. If you search in the 4 Vedas, in the 12 Upanishads, in the Puranas, in the epics, in the Manu Samhitas, in the scriptures, in the documents, in all the scientific treaties, in all the historical the Puranas, everything, there is not ever even a mention of this word Hindu. In fact, till 200 years back, nobody even said this word. The fact is that the religions in the subcontinent did not have any one common name. If you are a worshipper of Shiva, you are a Shaiva. If you are a worshipper of Kali, Durga, Saraswati, you are a Shakta. If you are a worshipper of the sun, you are Shaura. If you are a worshipper of Ganesha, you are Ganapatya. If you are a worshipper of Mahavira, you are a Jaina. If you are a worshipper of Buddha, you are a Buddha, Buddhist in English. And there are numerous other, I won't say communities, ways of life to reach the truth. The way they understand it, the way they have been preached to. You see? So, there was no homogeneous one religion in India. There were thousands and thousands of religions. Each day there could be a new religion in a particular place. Maybe there is a little village and the people in the village, they worship the tree there, one particular tree. They put all these cloths, the wish-fulfilling cloths around the branches and have some rituals on particular days in the year. For them, that is their God. And they did not go out and try to preach to the next village that you have to worship our own tree as your God. No, they have their own icon, you see. And there was no problem about it. So Hindu is not a religion. Neither it is a class of people. Neither it is a community. So how did this word come into being? Well, there are 2 theories. One is that when the Europeans came, especially when the Greeks came for the first time, they could not pronounce the word Sindhu, which was the name of a river, which we today call the Sindh province and the Sindh river. And they said Hindu when they had to cross the river to come into India. And what they found in this huge diaspora, they could not understand anything. They did not know, they did not understand. So many cultures, so many places of worship. Each god is different from each other. So many languages, so many costumes, so many different kinds of food habits. For them it was a total chaos. Because they were more used to an uniform, homogeneous kind of beliefs and lifestyle and philosophy. They are not at all used to this kind of tremendous diversity. Same thing happened when the Muslims came here. Same thing happened when the Jews came here, much before that. Same thing happened when the Christian Europeans came here. You see, they did not understand the diversity of cultures of gods and goddesses. Because they only know that there is only there can be only one holy book and one holy figure and one holy prophet. They cannot understand that there can be thousands of avatars. There can be thousands of scriptures. There can be hundreds of gods and goddesses. It is impossible for them to understand this. So they interpreted it as a backwardness. And they interpreted this willingly. You see, when facts come out, those are facts. There is no politics in facts. But when you interpret, then there is politics. You can choose to interpret the way you want to, so as to fulfill your own narrative, so as to gain supremacy in the land that you are occupying. You see? Now, this Greek story about not being able to pronounce Sindhu, there is another counter story to that, which has been proposed by somebody like V. Savarkar, and also some South Indian scholars, and even Sadhguru himself subscribes to this story. That all the people from the Indus civilization to the Indian Ocean are Hindus. Because, according to them, Indian Ocean was called Indus Sagar. And from that Indus Sagar and Sindhu civilization, this area, all the people who live in this area, or rather, people who consider this area to be their fatherland. Very important. This is a very political statement. These are Hindus. Why not motherland? Why fatherland? H. Savarkar had done this with intention. Because there have been a lot of mixing. Right from the Huns and the Turks to the Greeks and the Europeans and the Mughals and all these people who have come to India, there have been a lot of mixing. And there are people, or there have been people, and there are still in India, who believe that Saudi Arabia is my country and Pakistan is my country, or Israel is my country. Maybe there are some people who believe that like that. Yes, this is my motherland. Okay, my fatherland is somewhere else. So that's why he made this special emphasis on the fact that who consider this to be their fatherland. Now, this is a theory. There is nothing related to any reality in this, as far as Hindu religion is concerned. Yeah, this is a theory, this is a political theory, and this is also in a way, to trying to define what is India today. For that, many political people are using these kind of theories and counter theories. But as far as religion is concerned, there is no such thing as called Hindu religion. Before the Semitic religions came into being. Now, what are the Semitic religions? Semitic religions are three major religions who have the same root. These three major religions are Judaism, the Jews, Christianity, and Islam. They have the same root, the same genesis, the same creation theory, the same Abraham. These are also called Abrahamic religions. Abraham, Joseph, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, the same line. These are called Semitic religions. Before these three Semitic religions came into being, what was the religion of the world? What were the major religions of the world? Mainly today they are called pagan. Now, who are these pagans? They usually worship the forces of nature. Like they worship the wind, the sea, the rain, the clouds, the sun, the trees, the land. Nowadays, in the modern times, when we talk about the pagans, we talk about them in a very supercilious tone. in a very arrogant way. Oh, they were pagans. But if you come to think of it, the pagans were very peaceful. And they had their gods and goddesses, and they worshipped the forces of nature as gods and goddesses. You can see the similarity with the Hindu religion, so-called Hindu religion. That's what the gods and goddesses of Hinduism are. Different forces in nature, different forces, different philosophical concepts. Creation, preservation, destruction. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar. Indra, then Lakshmi, Varun, Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. So not only nature, also internal nature. Same. So that means a kind of similar kind of pagan worship, or you can say the Indian culture, had permeated throughout the world, which included the old Chinese, ancient Chinese civilization, the Mesopotamian, the Egyptian. You see, before the Semitic religion started to conquer the world, trying to make people believe that our religion is the only religion and the best one. So what they do, the pagans are barbaric. You see? So this is the problem with the Hindu theory. I have a big problem trying to understand what is this Hindu religion. Each religion has a temple or a church or a mosque, has a scripture, has a particular figure, has some symbols, finish. How can you define that for Hindu religion? Tell me, which is the scripture for the Hindu religion? Now you will start thinking, where do I start? From Vedas, Upanishads to Gita to right down to Ramakrishna, Paramananda, where to start and where to end? It's evolving. It's changing every day. It's finding a new language with every age, with every time. Which temple are we going to talk about? Somebody can say we have the Vatican City. Somebody can say we have the Makkah and Medina. Somebody can say we have Jerusalem. Okay, very good, fine, thank you. But where is that main center in Hindu religion? You can say, look, I am a great devotee of Jagannath of Puri. Very good. I am a great devotee of Kailash Manas Sarovar. Very good. Somebody say, I want to go to Vrindavan. Every year I go there. Somebody said, I don't go anywhere. I go to Ramakrishna Mission. Enough. I get everything there only. Somebody can say, I don't even go to Ramakrishna Mission. I just sit in the front of the picture of my Guru. More than enough. Everything is accepted here. Somebody can say, I don't believe in these gurus and gods. But yes, I'm searching for the truth. Fine, you are in the path. You're on the universal path to the truth. You see? So there is no such thing as a Hindu religion. This coinage, more or less researchers have found out that from 1820 this has been made into a very popular word. As late as 1820, just 200 years ago, it has become a very popular word, made popular by the Europeans. Indians were not a part of the game. Whatever the Europeans were playing, we were going along with it. We still do. Before that, we did not know anything. So even today, in the political spectrum, there is this huge kind of a Hindu movement going on, even though they don't understand what they mean by Hindu religion. They are talking about Sri Rama. Okay? But is he the only icon of Hindu religion? There are many others. If we think about the universality of this land, let's not talk about Hindu, then why can't we say that Buddha also belongs to the Indian religion? What did he resist against? Did he resist against a Hindu religion? No, there was no Hindu at that time. His revolt or his movement was against the evil social customs of that time. He was not trying to create a new religion. He was trying to reform what was there. You see? So everybody has been accepted. in this huge diaspora. Now, when I argue this, many people say, okay, yes, you are right, Maharaj, but then maybe we are not Hindu religion, but we are Sanatan Dharma. Universal, Sanatan Dharma. The great truth, the truth that always prevails. Very good. That's a good word to use, but what is Sanatan Dharma? Tell me. It is very easy to ask you people, what is Christianity? Tell me. They will give me an answer. What is Islam? Tell me. There will be some answers. What is Sanatan Dharma? You see, there cannot be a specific answer that you give for Sanatan Dharma. It's so open-ended. It's so broad. It's so universal that whatever that takes you towards your truth is Sanatan. So that is the problem that we are now facing today. It is a problem of identity. First, there is no Aryan identity and people are playing with it. Second, there is no Hindu religion and Sanatan Dharma cannot be defined, and yet people are desperately trying to identify themselves with it so as to protect somebody or something against something else. And that need for protection is important, let me tell you, because there are forces who are trying to divide and destroy India. So the need for protection is important, but what is going to be the identity? That is the question. So we have to then look into our own civilization, our own history, our own culture, and find our own identity instead of borrowing it from the narratives of the West.